Hey y'all, welcome back to Layer Conversations. Hope y'all doing good. Thank y'all for joining us again. So today we're going to talk about changing your career path in life. Is it ever too late to change? So let's get into it, y'all. So we are in our 30s right now. And so by then we've lived life a little bit, we've worked different jobs and we've figured out what we like and what we don't like. So, what do y'all think about changing your career path later in life? Have y'all changed your career paths? Have y'all thought about it? What do you what do y'all think?
Go ahead, Ned.
Um, I don't think it's ever too late to change it, but I do believe that you do have to change it at the right time, especially if you're older and you have stuff going on like bills, kids, and stuff. Like, be mindful of changing that career path because you don't want to put yourself in a bind or put yourself behind on bills because now you're trying to follow your dream. So sometimes it might take a while because who knows, you might need a little bit more education for this career path. And if you're a single parent, you just can't jump and change and not consider the struggle. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. Change it. Follow your dream. It's never too late to be the best you can be.
I agree with that.
I have mixed views.
Okay, go ahead, Malaysia.
So I have mixed views. As a person who does want to change their career path, um, the reason why I have mixed views is I feel like I am too far into this career to start all the way over. As that, you know how when you got to work your way back up.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm too in that way. It's too late for me because I barely make enough to, pay all the bills that I currently do have. If I start over, I won't make it. I'd be way into debt. So I don't have that support system financially to do that. But as far as age goes, it's never too late. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It
So
does make
that's how I
sense.
feel.
I mean, because that's a very real thing to consider whenever you talk about changing career paths. It usually always comes with a pay cut, unless you change to a certain career that actually will pay more than what you make at the time. So I think that you should, if your desires and your passions in life have changed, I think that you should change your career. And now, of course, like it's never too late. It's never too late to do anything. I think for me, what gets in the way of changing a career path is sometimes, like Malaysia said, feeling like, okay, I put so much time into one thing, and if I change, for me, sometimes I feel like I'm a failure if I change at something, um or sometimes I feel a bit of fear around going for something new, feeling like, okay, what if I don't make it, or what if I get into that and I don't like that either? Like, so I guess it's like a fear of wasting time in a sense as well. When it comes to changing, or even feeling like I'm too old to get into something, even though I know I'm not old, but sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm gonna be old, I'm too late. I should have did it sooner, type thing.
Hmm.
But I think those are just my own thoughts that can get in the way. But in reality, it's never too late. So I guess, like, what are some things that would make y'all feel like you want to change your career path later in life?
Life. Life in general, just life. You grow, you change, maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Shoot, the workforce itself. Some of these jobs, once you get into them, they are not what you thought they was gonna be. The
Mm-hmm.
people, the attitudes. You're like, oh baby, I can do so much better somewhere else. I don't have to put up with this. Then if
Mm-hmm.
it's, especially if it's stressful, you be like, oh, I'm not getting paid enough to be going through this type of stress. Baby, let me change to something that's less stressful. And what you say, life, what you say, getting married, having kids, that sometimes persuades your career path too. Because
Mm-hmm.
for me personally, I thought I was gonna be out there doing big things, being a whole psychiatrist out there in the world doing this. But baby, that was not for me. I thought I was gonna hit the medical field up and running. Baby, I can't do blood. I'm too squeamish. Needles scare me. I still cry now at my big old age. Every time I go get a shot, it take them about 30 minutes because your girl be hyperventilating. So yeah, it wasn't gonna work for me. But changes.
Yeah.
Now that I have had kids, I don't want to be at a 9 to 5 all
Mm-hmm.
day. What you say, Monday through Friday. Sometime they call you on week. No, I ain't want to do that. I want to spend as much time as I can watching them grow up. Then what you say, after COVID change, you see that there's freedom out here. So hey, look at the society now. I can do all this I was doing on a place at home. Then yeah, let's change it. It's just when you grow, maturity, life changes. People make you don't want to do what you do no more.
Mm-hmm.
Money, when you dream bigger, bigger aspirations, sometimes your career got to change with those aspirations. So it could be a lot of things.
I'm jealous.
Okay. Why?
You jealous of what?
Cause you'd be at
Oh.
home. I don't get to be at home.
That I
I ain't
supposed to
gonna
went
lie.
into work today early because I didn't go yesterday. You want to know what my early was? 12 o'clock. And baby, who was still dreading getting out this house at noon?
Wait a minute. You didn't have to go in at 12?
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
I got to revamp this now. I got to get up and be there early when I and I got to go in every day.
I used to think about that. I used to have to be on the freeway by 6:30 a.m. to make it to my
Mm,
job at 8.
mm, mm, mm.
You work far.
Then when COVID hit and we started working from home, that didn't make no sense, girl. And I go in once a week, and you pick the day, you pick the time. So, but I be
That's
dreading that once
nice.
a week. I
That's so nice.
dread it.
Why
So I
are you
used to.
dreading once a week? Girl, I will switch with you in a minute. Let me go on and get this one day out and be done.
Cause I'm here. I'm here all day. What you say? Life done changed. I'm here all day. I want to sit here and watch Barney all day.
No, we're
Shoot.
not watching Barney.
We watch Barney. We eat snacks. Man, I can't get up and eat snacks all day going into
It's
this
different
job.
when you get used to working at home. It's
Shoot.
different when you have to go in the office. Like it just changes your whole just way of living. When you work from home, baby, you can get up, go to work in your pajamas, and walk around freely as you want. I can go warm up some food real quick on my lunch break, or I can go, you know, pop in, do some laundry real quick. When you gotta go to work, it's just you gotta take your lunch
You
to
got
work.
Not you getting the not you getting the chores done. Why are you at?
Girl, what?
well,
On
you
my
got to think
break.
about dress code.
On
I
my
got to
break.
get dressed, put the clothes
Exactly.
on that fit, put the shirt on that is presentable business attire. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Either I gotta pack my lunch when I go to work, or you gotta pay for lunch. But see, now I don't go into office.
tax,
But I
all
used
that.
I used to have to go into the office, like if I had technical issues. But now they closed our office building, so so I don't go into the office at all. And I used to think I would hate working from home, but now that I'm at home, I'm like, ooh. Honestly, I don't want to go back to any other life. But I think it's different when you have kids because it's so much easier when you're at home with your kids and you can do what you need to do versus like having to find babysitter and figure all that other stuff out. Like, so it just
So there
depends.
we go. There's another reason people change career field out of jealousy. They want the comfortable lifestyle. because they didn't think about it when they was doing their stuff. They wanted to help people and be there at 6:20 in the morning and stay till 6:20 sometime later in the evening
Mm.
helping people.
My eyes starting to twitch.
I saw it.
All right, dead. Is it my turn? Let me
Yes.
Let me go and take this. Let me go and take this home real quick.
Go ahead.
First of all, nobody wants to be at work at 7:20 a.m. It's just a career, and I did enjoy my COVID time, my COVID year. That's why I think my butt got lazy. COVID
What's
made me
it?
realize that my job might not be important anymore.
Oh, girl, please don't ever think that. Please. But why do you say that? Why, like, please expound on that thought
I'm
because,
gonna say that's sad
yes.
because you know how important education is to just life itself in general. So that's
Hmm.
sad.
And we know parents ain't doing their
It's
job
these
with their kids
kids.
at home. So, yeah, I would love to
Is
know
it the
Oh,
that.
I
kids
can see
or
that.
is it the whole structure?
Since COVID, parents allow their kids to disrespect us and feel like it's okay. We
Mm.
do more trying to correct behavior than we do teaching. We get kids put their hands on us and we are supposed to take it and just be okay with it. We better
Mm.
not swing back.
Mm.
You better be careful going like that. You better, because doing like that, you can get in trouble too. Because then they gonna say, even though the kid hitting you, you trying to get them to stop, stop, stop. Now you're considered you and touch the kid, and you the one who's being in trouble.
Mm.
But COVID ruined education to me because parents thought that online version because we weren't prepared to have to teach that way for a year and didn't know really what we were doing. They feel like we don't do anything because their kids were looking at a screen and sleep and still got passing grades because you couldn't fail people if they logged on during COVID. They don't realize that
Mm.
their kids are missing skills. The kids now are struggling to read. They don't know their letter sounds and they're in fifth grade, second grade. I had some second graders I had to teach how to write their name because they were at home during COVID, sleeping on the screen. They can't count. So, like, to me, COVID just made me realize my job isn't important because nobody cares about education anymore. They want their kid to have it, but they don't, no one makes the kids put the work in to have it. It's all about passing STAR in Texas. And it's kind of hard to pass STAR when you can't read.
Exactly.
So that's
See,
why I feel like that.
I think it shows that y'all, that's how important y'all are because when they weren't in the physical classroom, they fell behind. But I don't blame teachers for that. And I mean, it's kind of the parents' fault too because they have a responsibility to make sure their children do work at home, but also the system, the way the education system is set up nowadays, it's not really for them to learn. Like you said, it's for them to pass a test. And it's not really making sure they stay on their grade level with what they learn.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy.
It is. But I do want to change careers. It's just a struggle trying to figure out what to do. Um, I want to use one of my degrees one day. Because right now I went to school and created that bill and don't even do nothing with it.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's a
Um,
conversation for another day. Degrees we don't use. I feel like so
None of
many.
them.
That happens to so many of us. But because we're
But I
forced
think it
to
has a lot
choose. Oh, go ahead.
to, I was gonna say, I think it has a lot to do with the economy as well when it comes to changing your career. Because
Mhm.
it's not because it's not she's doing it on purpose. She's trying
When you
me.
talk, she want to talk.
Because have you noticed, like, it's not a big, they say jobs out there. We know the jobs ain't out there. The
Mhm.
market is not that big.
Mm-mm.
And when you do change for a better career and get all that education, like when ladies say, sometimes you just stuck with that degree because you can't get in the field. Because
Mhm.
not only do you need the education, you also need the experience. And if ain't nobody giving you a chance to get that experience, then what you say, okay, I got my little bit of clinicals, but don't nobody really trying to work with nobody that came out of Parkland. That's where I did all my clinicals at. They don't really want Parkland. I'm over here trying to get North Richland Hills, and they looking at Parkland credentials like, okay, yay. So it's kind of hard sometimes, depending on where you got your education and where you got your training background.
Mm.
Mhm.
So
That's
that
true.
does make it hard for changing career fields. And also, the age stigma, they say it ain't out there, but it is. Because don't get me wrong, I be checking my doctors, how long they been in practice, how long they be. If I'm seeing somebody that just coming out in the last 2 to 3 years, yeah, exactly. I'm going to the next one. But let's say that's not giving that person a chance. You know, they know all the new stuff out. They up to date on everything. And what you say, so sometimes you go with them older people because they got 10, 15 years behind them. But what you said, they're not up on a new age. They still going off what they did back then. It worked. They probably refreshing, and they supposed to, but you know, some people stubborn. So it kind of like
Mhm.
a drawback. Do I really want to change my career field? Or should I just stick where I'm at? You're welcome, baby. Should I just stick where I'm at and call it a day? I know. Hazel say, Go ahead and take that leap. And start.
Hazel, give me 3 more years, Hazel. I ain't gonna be doing something else in life. Y'all gonna see me more.
So it
Okay.
changed it. For me, I have changed a lot. I would just say got a lot of different jobs, a lot of different hats. But when you have the time to do it, do it.
Mhm.
And I believe in it. When you have it to do it, do it. When you see that little motivation, that check come in, or what you say, you got abundance blessings from somewhere, you got that support that came from somewhere, and you can change it, change it.
Mhm.
So my question is, outside of money, what other fears will hold somebody back from making that career change?
You know what I just thought about is
Money,
relocation. Oh, what'd you say, Malaysia?
money's the only thing holding me back.
Money, yeah. For some people, relocation, because sometimes the job you want is in another city or another state. And, some people have that fear of moving um, somewhere where you don't know nobody or packing up your whole life and starting over. Like, there's a huge fear with that. Um, Sometimes you can have a fear of just not knowing anything or being a beginner at something new and maybe a fear of messing up. I know sometimes I have that fear of like if I start a new job, like I do not be wanting to mess up because I be so scared. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get brought up, whatever. I'm gonna get fired because I messed up. And a lot of the time that don't happen, But sometimes that's a fear.
I can see that as a fear because after you spoke, I thought about it. I I'm buying a house, like I'm in the house, but it ain't paid off. I cannot afford to go move somewhere and this house is not sold, and I still got to pay the mortgage here and try to pay. some bill somewhere else.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I guess that ties back to money again, though, huh? I'm
Like
broke,
what'd you say?
y'all. I'm a broke teacher. I'm a broke. I got broke teacher syndrome. But I can say this: my job is secure. There is a need for teachers,
That's
and I
true.
am very certified. I got so many certifications. If I got fired today, I have another job tomorrow.
Okay, listen. Mm.
It's just but I still be broke because I'm a teacher and we don't make enough money. You have to marry somebody to have enough money to be a teacher, or you got to have multiple jobs.
Mm. Honestly, you'd be surprised by how many careers are like that, where you need to have a part-time job. Not even, sometimes just to get by or just to save. You know what I'm saying? Like to not be living paycheck to paycheck. And
But y'all know it's sad because it's not even a part time job, Taylor. It's a part time job, a side hustle, a side gig. It's ridiculous.
just to have extra income, because you can have a good paying job, and I mean good. I know people with good paying jobs and they still got to work either overtime or they got to work another job or part-time or whatever, just to have money to save for for buying a house or paying off their car, whatever. It's just to pay their most basic needs to live comfortable.
Hmm.
That's the
Now, I'm about to
economy
say
we live
that
in,
living
child.
comfortable gets you right there.
you know
Especially when they say making 3, 4 times your rent. You be like, why I gotta make that much to rent somewhere in this low scummy apartment?
mm,
If
And
I
when
can
you
pay
right.
it,
and when you
you want
call
me
to
to make
come fix
three
it, they
times
ain't
it?
coming either.
But I thought to make 3 times my rent. Do you know how much money that is?
I
When rent,
calculated one
when
day. If I see that much money in a month, I definitely won't be living here.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go buy me a house if I make 3 times the rent.
I just want to know who came up with that
well,
rule. The whole 3 times. Like,
Somebody who got
okay,
money.
2 times. 2 times. Okay. Okay. 2.5, be pushing it. But three, it's like, come on now. It's like, I get it, but they know people ain't making money like that. Like, anyway, that
They be
can
pushing
be.
it when they be telling me you gotta pay last month's rent and first month's rent and the security deposit at the same time.
I mean, like, bro, they really trying to see. I got that 3 times the print, huh? They really be trying to see.
I said if I had it, if I had it,
hmm.
I wouldn't be talking to you. Now would I?
Then they'll be trying to get your security deposit back.
For
Over
real.
a little scratch on the wall.
One time
Or how about I've been living?
in my last apartment, I left a sticky note on the door because I forgot to take it down, and they charged me for that. And I was like, y'all literally could have
A
just took it
sticky
down.
note?
A sticky note, because I had like sticky notes around the apartment, and I forgot to take one down, and they charged me for that. And I said, wow,
I can
okay.
beat you at that. I got something better than that. How about I
I
lived
mean,
at the bottom floor and the people upstairs had stuff on their what's that called? The balcony,
mm-hmm,
and they had a dog. The dog dropped his chew toy over into my balcony because mine was a little bit bigger than theirs because it was the bottom, and the wind blew their plant off and it fell into my balcony. They charged me for that and told me I didn't take the trash out.
mm-mm, mm-mm. They know they be out here scamming people.
I bet I didn't pay them. I might need to go pay them. Times is getting hard. I might need to go back. Might need to go
A
back and pay them
girl,
later.
listen. I won't say what I did here. I'll tell y'all after we after we finish filming. But yeah, I'll just say yeah,
But
they
realistically, y'all,
skimming
do y'all
people
think like there is an age cap on changing your career field?
I think society has put an age cap, but it's not no written age cap, if that's what you mean. because people look at people and they feel like at a certain age you're not physically able to do this, or they be like,
Hmm.
you know what, you close to retirement age, we're not about to waste our time training you and you about to leave. So I think
Yeah.
there's an understood age gap.
So, do you think employers have a fear of the changing job fields as well, just like some of us do sometimes?
Because
Um,
from a business aspect, when you hire somebody new to come in, you're costing your company a lot of money for somebody you don't know if they're gonna really stay or if they're gonna make it.
hmm.
Training ain't free.
Take some time too,
That's true. I'm gonna go back
and
to the
they say
first
time is
the
money.
other question. I don't feel like it's an age gap, but I think sometimes there's a limit. Well, it depends on. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Like some jobs at beginning level, the older you get, you may not want to do it, or you may like. I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't really think of
That's
one.
a
This is
good,
not the. You know, like. Oh, okay. This is not the best
but that's a
example.
good suggestion though. Well,
Yeah,
that's a
this
good
is
a good
this is not the
note.
best example, but like I used to be a CNA. So I'm gonna use this as an example, even though this is not true, I understand. But there may be a certain age where you get to a certain age where you're like, well, in order to be a nurse, I don't want to start off as a CNA. Even though that's not what you have to do. But I'm just using that as an example. Like you may not want
Mm.
to do certain things because you might, and then it might be the experience you have. You feel like, well, I'm past this point of having to start here because you could have been a professor at a college and then you want to change your career and they're like, oh, well, we want you to start at the very bottom for this next career. And you'll be like, I don't want to do that. So that's what I think. For that. And for employers, I think they know that the job field one can be competitive and two that again like Malaysia said sometimes people you never know if they don't like a job they will leave, okay, depending on how their money is set up because if you like some people have a very low tolerance for BS at jobs and some people are like, oh, I need these
Mhm.
benefits so I'm gonna put up with it. So some people are quick to leave. So I do think that employers know that. But I feel like the good jobs are very competitive to where they make you want to stay. And then the jobs with higher turnovers, in my experience, the job with higher turnover rates, they ain't worth staying at because they don't really take care of their employees like they should.
Mhm.
So I think that the employers who want to keep people, who realize people can leave, they try to take care of you to a certain extent.
I have a question. If you could change careers, if you could or if you wanted to, what would y'all's be?
That's a good
Like,
question.
I know y'all said like Danita, you like your situation with being able to work at home, and you do too, Taylor. But let's say being at home with the children wasn't a factor because they're older
Mhm.
now, right? So they go to school during the day. What would you want to do?
Hmm.
Honestly,
Hmm.
um, even though that psychiatry thing didn't work out for me, I would do that. I want to be flap dab in the middle of my good years in my own practice, just knocking it out,
I like
just
the own practice thing. I like that own
giving that
practice.
Mhm.
whole vibe. Because now the only reason I said it didn't work out is because they had me researching and doing clinicals on substance abuse and people in that area. And I'm not a good sugarcoater. I'm not a good person to tell you you're doing okay, you're making strides when I know you're not. So that kind of drew me back early on because like I ain't. But I guess sometimes you gotta lie for the money. So Drop me right in the middle when I done went through all my little feelings and emotions and I'm established with a certain people, whether it's marriage, family, relationship. I don't, like I said, I wouldn't be able to do substance abuse in those people with those type of triggers because I can't sugarcoat the effort. Some people try and some people, would you say, don't. A lot of addicts are habitual liars. And I don't want to keep saying, oh, you're doing great. You're doing such a good job. You'll do better next time. Next time when that thought come up, you won't smoke. Then 20 meetings later, next time when you get that urge again, you won't smoke. You're doing good. No, you're not. Like, you got to stand up. You got to take charge of this thing. Feel the pain. Go through the withdrawal. Take it. So
Hmm.
that way you can know how far you can endure. But if I'm just telling you, you're doing good, next time you'll get it.
Nothing
That
from
next
nothing
time
from
might
that.
be an OD. That next time might not click and say, oh, she kept giving me motivation to keep striving. No, because you're doing the same thing over and over again. So I would go with my psychiatry field because I got a passion for helping people and talking and listening. I like to know how to help. So yeah. So if kids wasn't a factor and I could full fledged it, I'd be right there in them good years forever and a day.
That would be a cool field, honestly. Um, for me, I would be a food scientist. That was something that I found interest in, like, cause it combined. I like food and baking, and then I also like science. Like, I really thought I wanted to be a nurse, but I really sometimes I'll be thinking about it, but then I'm like, I really don't like blood. I don't like smells, bodily fluid smells and stuff. I probably wouldn't make it, to be honest. Like, I was a CNA for a period of time, and that was rough. But food science, it will combine both of those things for me. Like, so that would be something I would do if, we lived in a perfect world. And I don't know, maybe that might be something I will pursue later in life if the opportunity presents itself, because I still think it would be a cool field, like something that would interest me. And I love science. I love science experiments. So I would just love to know how to mix flavors and do all that type of stuff and learn how certain vegetables are grown and fruits and vegetables and all that. So like, yeah, I think it'll be a fun field to go into and just learn new stuff. Yeah. What about you, Malaysia? Because you did say you was thinking about changing. So what you thinking?
Yes. I got a few things. Okay, so originally, if I went to what I wanted to do when I went to school, I'd be some bad top accountant somewhere.
Oh yes, accountants.
And that had the
Yes.
business suits and everything with the heels to go with it. I just
Mm,
knew I was gonna have me a corner office on the
mm,
top floor. I just knew
okay.
it. We're not nowhere in no office. We only, I ain't even got an office, y'all.
Your office
Sorry,
is your
I don't. I
classroom.
got a classroom though. I got a
Yeah,
classroom.
that is your
No
office.
windows. Uh, but if I was to change today to go along with what I went to school for, what I got my master's in, I like writing curriculum. I always wanted to be like a coach, so like still teaching, but going into schools, teaching teachers how to be better teachers. Like I know it's weird. I'm not saying I'm a great teacher. I'm a good teacher. I know a lot. I have a lot of knowledge to share. Um, but I feel like I can share my knowledge more with people than I can actually do it myself. So, like being a teacher, you get better with the years you put in. I put in over 13 years, so I do have good data. I do have good classroom management, but it didn't start off that way. I had to have somebody come talk to me and show me the ropes, you know? And so, but what I am strong at in is I'm really good at curriculum. Like I can write some curriculum. If you tell me what the kids need to do and give me time, I can put a whole thing together for you and show you how to do it. So that's what I want to do. I want to be do something with writing curriculum. I especially want to change how our curriculum is right now because like we need to redo it because the kids lost a lot during COVID and no, they're not gaining it back. Like we need to write something that will bridge that gap so we can start I might be more willing to stay in America when I get old, because the I can actually get a real doctor that knows how to read and do some measurements and won't give me an overdose.
That's a very
That's what I
valid
want to do.
point. Very valid point. I
I
think
give
you should
myself
still
3 more
pursue them.
years in the classroom and then I'm out because my career is also one of those careers that if you're good at what you do, no school will let you out the classroom because they want you in that classroom to get their scores where they need it to be to keep the school at a certain level. So if you're good, you stay. You don't get to get promoted for being good. Good makes you stay in the classroom,
Girl, when you want to
which is less.
change, you have to go somewhere else, and that's all right.
I already started looking into it. I've been talking to people. So like when we have like our district trainings, all the school districts, buy people have to speak to people who make textbooks or these programs that they use in schools. All those people hire teachers and pay them. You don't start off making that much, but in a short amount of time, I will be making way more than what I make now. But it's
Mm-hmm.
just the going through that patch. It might be a year or two that I'm making less than what I am. Versus I've been doing this for 13 years and this is what I make. I can go work 2 years at another company and be making way more.
You should definitely pursue that then. And I'm
Yeah, I need
glad
a
to hear you
roommate
have
to
a
help.
plan. You have a plan for what you want to do. And I feel like you having more teaching experience will actually help you to move into what you want to do. So it sounds like there's still hope for you to change.
We talked about in that perfect world, Malaysia. Yours seem actually pretty doable.
Exactly. That's what I was
It
saying.
really does seem like it could be right there in reach. Like it's actually doable.
Mm-hmm.
It is very durable, but excuse me, y'all. Oh, sorry, y'all. Y'all don't know at home, but it's been a week, so I had to put on the pajamas and stuff early today. It's been that kind of week, full moon and red moon. So I'm just trying to put my disclaimer out there,
Oh,
so we know
okay.
it's been a week.
Okay.
I'm at home. This the other layer of Malaysia y'all don't get to see too often.
Got it.
I'm barely awake. Need a nap. Um, it is really, really. I'm really capable of doing it. The thing is, you need the financial support to do it, and
Mm-hmm.
the reason why is because the guy told me apply for all the companies that I know that do it. That's out there, and most of the time you start off as a contract worker. So, which means they might hire me for this season and then I won't have a job again. Well, that doesn't work with a school year because your contracts are, the 9 months or whatever that you go to school and they're consecutive. They're not broken up. So you have to have a plan for income to come in when you're not on contract until you get picked up. They hire full time people from their contracts, and you don't know how long you have to be on contract before you can get that full time position. But when you get it, it's great. It's a blessing. You get to travel. You get to talk about what you love to do. You get to teach adults. So therefore, these are people who want to be in that class. Of course, sometimes they're being forced because it's a district training, but they chose to be a teacher, and that's just part of their job to go to that class.
Okay.
Um, But yeah, that's what makes it a little bit unreachable is finding the financial support to go through that time frame of not having a consistent job and not letting your bills go down the hill.
Okay.
But it was a plan of mine at one point. I had that support.
Well, I think you should
It
pray
just
about
happened.
it because one thing about God, He can make that opportunity happen for you to where it'll just work out. I'm not saying it won't be a contract, it won't be a break in between, but He can make it happen where it can work out if that's truly a desire of your heart. Because I've
He
seen Him do it,
can. He
but
really
that's really
can.
for all of
And I
us.
believe
That's really for all of us.
and I
You
believe he's
know,
been putting people in my place to make it happen.
yeah, girl. Let me tell you.
Baby, you be having because I was just gonna say that you really can because everything relies on God. It ain't on us. So you
Mm-hmm.
got that support. It's just stepping out on that faith and doing it. And that was
Mm-hmm.
gonna be my next question. Is it always that there's something blocking us, or is it sometimes ourselves blocking us from making that change? Because we'll say the unknown is scary. The stepping out on faith is scary. So
But it
sometimes
works.
is that us blocking it and we have those moments where we could do it. But what you say, I don't want to start completely over from the bottom. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to have struggles. I don't already struggled. I
Are
don't
you
want to go back
okay?
through these financial struggles again. So at any time in this change of career path, does it come more off natural and we need to start focusing spiritually and saying, well, maybe I can make this leap? Because I don't seen some people make the leap and you be like, but they struggled they few months, they year or whatever through school. Then after that, it just seemed like it was just smooth sailing that whole time for them. And some of them, they do it and they find side gigs or downsides. Because I had a friend that downsized so she could make the change. But I guess it all depends on that person.
Well,
But
I
when
do.
does we get out of the natural and say maybe let's trust God? Does
I
that
do
ever
believe that
come?
works, though. That does work. That really, really does work. And that's how I got in the position that I am right now, which is I left East Texas and came up here to get a job as a teacher. And I started off as a sub, which means when the school year ended, guess who didn't have a job? And then uh, I worked at a daycare, and by the end of the summer, I had a contract. So it does work, but I was living with somebody, at the time. And I don't want the people who helped me to get where I'm in today, like in a house, I don't want all their hard work and everything that they put into helping me get here. I'll be like, well, they just threw it away and to
Mm-hmm.
pursue another career where we already blessed her and set her up to have a home and keep the career that she already made for herself.
But I feel like the
But
job
best
you want to
believe
go
it's
into is
coming.
building on what you have.
You're on
Is
speaker. I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
mute.
I was muted. Yeah, that's why I don't think that for you it's a change in your career. It's more of a step. Like you're bettering yourself. Like this, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sitting here on contract with the school. Now I
Yeah.
can take
Oh no,
contracts
that's
that
yours.
can
I don't
make
know.
up my whole month salary that I'm doing. And once I do get a full time gig, it's doubling what I've been doing. And I
Yeah.
got the degrees behind me to show that this is what I need. So, like I said, for you, I feel like you just building on it.
So yeah, it is a build when
Right.
you just think about career. It's a build. Everything that I've done, education wise, everything I do right now, career wise, all adds up to what I want to accomplish. So you see the growth. But what I'm talking about, the struggle part would be is, in order to grow, you know how they say you got to sacrifice. The
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice would be, it wouldn't just affect me.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just going to affect me, that would be one thing. But to affect several other people, that's where I find my struggle with this. I can't let these people down, and I can't do this to these people. I can't force my family to be like, okay, she gonna do this career change. Everybody, let's help Malaysia pay the bills until she's back up on her feet because she wanted to switch careers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't want to happen. Like, my parents are older now. They One has retired, one is on their way to retirement. They have done their part in life. They should be able to enjoy it and not be like, let me worry about my child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but for you,
I
it's
get that.
definitely it's a step forward, though. Yeah, because it's still gonna be teaching related, but also that's why I say pray about it because God can make it where it's not a strain on you or anybody else. You know, it could work out. I don't know how, girl, because God's ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. I don't
No,
know, but I just know it's
he
possible
definitely got a plan. He
when
definitely
the
got it.
time
Cause
is right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, because look where he. So like I told y'all, I wasn't happy where I was. I'm at a new school this year. I had a great year so far, despite the little drama I told y'all about. That ain't really nothing compared to what the other years have been. And I'm making more money this year. So, and then what did he do? Went to a training, and this guy from another state that looks very familiar, me and him started talking at the training. He was running it. He told me exactly how to get in that field. Told me I already got the right degree. I told him what people were telling me. He said that don't matter. Start applying now and keep applying. He said they're gonna give you a contract job, and when you get it,
Mm-hmm.
you work your behind off in that and show them why you deserve a full time to be a full time employee, and then it'll take off. But he said it's gonna be discouraging on them contracts because you got to remember school is getting ready to get out. You ain't gonna be doing nothing in between.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? That might mean you just gotta bake in between. Like that will free up your time to run that business full time. I'm just saying. But that's what stepping out on faith is all about. Because you just gotta trust God that if he brought you to it, he gonna bring you through it, honey. So it might be like, well, he might be pushing you to bake full time and to do what you truly desire. But girl,
And baby,
God.
I love me some bacon. I baked a cake this week.
So hey, that just sounds like an
I messed
opportunity
up.
to me. And you let your
I messed up last week.
clients know this is when I'm gonna be free to take orders. You can do vendor events. You can do all kinds of stuff. Do the farmers market. Do all kinds of stuff during your off season. And then when it's back to work, you just be like, hey, orders are limited or not at all, and hey, just go from there. I'm just saying.
Really, and speaking of my baking business, girl, God must have told you what happened.
So me?
No, he
He
didn't. But
must
I
have told
guess I
y'all what
was I
happened.
was sent for confirmation.
Okay, you talking about your baking business? I vendored last week at my school.
Mm. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, I did see your post about that. What was it, Black History Month or
Yeah, I
something?
vendored at my school. When I said I had a crazy line and them people wasn't moving, I had a crazy line. People start. My mom was helping me, so my mom was, able to be here, which is a blessing. We did something together. But then people started asking my mama, "Can we? You think you can do this? We can do. We can do. Can we do this with this party and maybe this?" Like they were talking. I put a new cake out there, and I did the historical cake, which was the burnt sugar cake, and one and I made a banana pudding cake for the first
Ooh.
time.
Oh.
Baby, that lady went around the corner and she brought several people back wanting cakes. People buying 18
I know
cakes
that's
at a
right.
time. So,
Period. How did the burnt sugar cake turn out? Because I know you had mentioned wanting to do that.
okay, I'm sorry. It's funny to me because, baby, when I say I made 5 cakes in one day, I made 5 cakes in one day.
Ooh, child.
At nighttime after working.
Mm-hmm.
So I made them in the mini pans. So I cut it up, one of the cakes up to like little, like, like bite-sized pieces. The kids grabbed all the samples and they were like, some of them were like, ugh. And then some of them were like, mm. I said, ugh, it don't have all them chemicals you used to eating. This is like back in the day. There wasn't no sour cream and all this heaviness to make it all luxurious. Is what you had. And then some of the kids
Mm-hmm.
tore that mess up. But the
Mm-hmm.
grandparents, they was like, burnt sugar cake. Yeah, give
I
me
don't show
that. Give
that
me
to me.
that. Give me that. Like, they knew what it was. I'm sitting here looking at them like, how you know what that is? That's like, oh, what you know about it? You too young for this. You too young for this.
Well, that's how you know you did it right, okay? Because when the old school people be like, okay, yeah, I know nothing about that. Clearly, I do,
Mm.
because I made it
I
and it was
just stole
good.
one of them cakes today, like a whole one.
Oh, girl, see now you're gonna make me have to try it out because I saw that recipe and I
I was
was
like,
like,
so did you taste it?
it looked good.
No.
My mom asked me why I didn't I taste it. I told I'm not big on sweets. I am, but I'm not. And I really don't like caramel. And burnt sugar is at the end of the day a type of
Mm-hmm.
caramel. And I smelt that caramel, and I was like, can't do it. And it was extra, as little ingredients as we put in that cake. When I say that cake was moist and sticky and it kept falling apart while I was trying to frost it, I said, oh, I was
Mm-hmm.
expecting it to be on the dry side.
All right, I'm gonna have to try it now. You have convinced me. I wish you would have made it for our episode because I just want to see what it looked like.
I
So
was
send us a picture.
supposed to, but when I
Well,
saw
did you take a
time was
picture?
running out, oh yeah, you want to see?
Okay, yes, I want to see. Or you can send it to us. I just want to see how
Okay.
it looks.
Okay, don't judge me. My cake is ugly. Because I learned what to do though with the frosting. First, I didn't cool it off at first enough, and then once it started getting to its cooling point, it cools extra fast.
Ooh, okay. That reminds me of a peanut butter cake, what I've seen whenever I see. Oh no, it's a caramel cake. It reminds me of a caramel cake.
It's
But it
pretty
looks
much a caramel
good.
cake.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. It looks good.
It's pretty much
Honestly,
a caramel cake.
yeah. Yeah, that looks like the lady who made it. But your frosting looks more easier to spread than hers did.
So I did the traditional frosting, and so that one is like it's liquidy,
Okay.
and that's hard to make it stay on the cake.
That's how
Oh.
it looked. But okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Well,
What you
hey,
mean
I
liquidy? Like, I'm sorry, Taylor. Go ahead,
oh
please.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what you mean by liquidy?
So you melt butter and you put sugar in it, and then you pour the caramel syrup in it. A lot of water based and flavoring, so a lot of liquid. And then you add the powdered sugar, and that thickens it a little bit. But you have to cool it a lot
Oh, okay.
Oh,
before
for
it
it to be
can.
able to spread.
But if
Okay.
it cools too much, it's just the last. It's just stretchy, and then
Hmm.
you wind up having to go pat it and pat it on there to make it stay.
I know
So,
what you
but
mean
then
now.
after a while, after I did the in between layers, right, I added some more sugar, and then it started turning more into like a spreadable frosting. But then you got to move super fast because it would dry up on you and then it won't spread.
I wonder, could you whip it?
I did it in a bowl instead of using like the stand mixer. So I said like next time I would do the liquidy part for the between, and then let it cool a lot more, a lot longer before I add all the powdered sugar. I think I just didn't let it cool long enough. Like it was cool to me, but it wasn't cool enough to turn to a spreadable frosting. And by the time
Mm-hmm.
it got to that point, we had a big sticky mess.
Okay.
Sound like it might be a good cake though.
Mm-hmm. It looked
Sound
like
like
the
it could be
frosting
sweet.
that the lady made on Wicked. What's her thing? Wicked Confections. What's the name of her
Mm-hmm.
channel? Yeah, so her
Yeah, that's
frosting
it.
when she
I
made
watched
it,
it.
it looked really thick when she made the frosting. Like, it looked like it was hard for her to spread it on. So yours looked, but your cake was really smooth. So I was like, that's why I was like, it looked like it went on
It took me
easier.
about 3 hours.
Girl, well, you made it look good. And it sold out,
Thank you,
so
thank you.
it was worth it. So I think this is a great conversation about career paths and how there's no straight line. You know, sometimes you get into it and you got it right on the head the first time, you stick with that path and you stay there till you retire. And sometimes life changes, your desire changes, your passions change, and sometimes it's time to pivot and move on to something else. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I think at the end of the day, life is short, so you should do what you're happy. Do something you're happy doing, and do what brings you joy. So if that means a career path, even if you have to plan it out over a period of time, I say do it. Take that leap of faith, and you know, try something new. If you don't like it, you can always go back to something else, or you can change it again.
Amen.
So I think now we will close out in prayer. So who wants to lead us in prayer today?
I pray for y'all today.
All right, take us to the throne.
Um, so I just want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all for this opportunity. But most of all, Lord Jesus, thank you for this platform. Thank you for allowing me to meet these women and for us to have an amazing bond. So, Father God, I just want to come to your throne of glory and again just tell you thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for giving us the wisdom that we need to choose the career that will fit for us. Even if we just hopped into something, Lord Jesus, I thank you for being there for us and giving us that discernment that, hey, I got you, even though this is not the path I told you to take. We're going to take this little detour, then I'm going to put you on track. So, Lord Jesus, I just thank you for everything, for the wisdom, the guidance, and the knowledge. But most of all, I want to thank you for our listeners because it's not only us that struggle with deciding whether or not our career path is what we want it to be, or should we change it, or what if I would have did what I thought I should have did in the first place. But Lord Jesus, we all know you make no mistakes. So regardless of what we did, you gave us that free will and you stood beside us the whole way. You never left us, Lord Jesus, and you never will. So I just want to thank you for being there for us and our listeners. I want to thank you for all our listeners that are subscribing because now they know that they're not alone. That people do think about change, and there's nothing wrong. I'm not too old to change. Hey, yeah, I'm scared of changing, but hey, I know based off layered conversations that hey, God gonna have me in the midst of my change, and
Amen.
there's always a season for that change. Yeah, sometimes we get gun ho and we do it our way. But Lord Jesus, you're there with us. Even if you got to say daughter, son, I told you no, but I'm still there with you. So I thank you for being there with us this whole time and forevermore. Thank you for tuning into Layered Conversations. Thank you for being here with us. In our precious son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Ooh, that was a good one,
Amen.
girl. That was a good one.
It was. We always have good prayers. I love it.
Mhm.
Well, y'all, that's it for this one. Until next time, we'll see y'all later. Bye.